What's up, you guys? This is your boy Miguel giving you your daily dose of radiation. Today's video, we're covering day shift versus night shift hospital floor workflow. So to give you some context, I am an Xray tech. I've been doing it for 4 years. I do night shift and I work a lot of overtime, so I dabble in day shift. Like 50 hours of overtime, so I do dabble in over there a lot to make the monies. So as far as the workflow, I'll give you for the whole hospital outside of the ER, because I already did one for the ER. It's completely different dynamic. So in night shift, we're just less staffed, both nurses and X-rays, just 2 in our hospital, and 1 CAT scan. So essentially, there's very few situations that we will leave the ER, because we sit in the ER. That's like ER is number 1. And then the only other reasons that you would leave is very situational. There's certain floors that hold more, I guess, not power, but priority. So if rapid response calls, if like NICU, if ICU, those are like the 3 big ones that we will kind of like drop whatever we're doing in the emergency room and go up there, or like some kind of like traumatic situation happens on the floor. That's kind of like why would we leave and go like right away. Besides that, even if it's order stat, we won't call unless they call us that they need it done, because we used to have it, if they would order stat, we would just go constantly, and what would happen is we would get clogged up in the emergency room. We'd fall behind, because on the floor we would go and shoot it and it wouldn't be really stat, and it could essentially wait till the morning ports would have occurred. So it could have saved us a lot of time. It could have so we can make sure that we are in the emergency room taking care of, the people that really need help, right? So those are like the few times that we'll just like leave and go up there. So because there's certain floors that are notorious for calling for stuff that ain't stat. They'll make it seem like it's stat, and then you'll get up there and the patient's asleep. Sometimes they'll even be mad. They're like, why did you wake me up? Why couldn't you just wait till the morning to do this? And like, we'll tell them, and they'll be like, well, it was ordered, and we just thought that we would just get it done, so it'd be one less thing we did. And we're like, we have other people that really need us. Like, why are you doing? So there's certain floors, even if they call us and we're super busy, we're not going to drop what we're doing. Like, we'll get to it eventually, but we're not going to drop like some high-end ER case or some other stuff. Like, we're not going to like go, but like certain floors are more notorious for that. And certain doctors are more known that like if they order something, it's like for real. They're not playing around. Like, it's like if you go up there, like the patient's like and really in need, like it'll be life or death, or like it'll be critical to their health. So during the day shift is different because they're constantly ordering stuff, like way more than day shift. Like I would say during the night, before midnight, before the morning ports, you can go and like shoot most of the exams, right? And then most of the time you won't have to go again unless it's rapid or something until like the morning ports, till like 5 a.m. or whatever. During day shift, you will be constantly going to the floor, because they'll just order to the point like maybe they won't call, but it'll get just ridiculous, the amount that will just stack up. And at one point you just had to go and just kind of churn it out, or else. There was one time we were so busy in the ER that we just they didn't call or anything. We just let it stack to the point where me and another tech just went up there and we were on the floor for like 2 hours. Just kept on shooting and shooting and shooting to the point like our portable ran out of juice. So we just had to stop and literally plug it up. Like, to the point it got that bad that we're not going to be dealing with that stuff. So it can be more overwhelming during that shift, and like there's like a lot more people, so it's like slower pace to work and stuff. Because at night shift, majority of the times, if someone calls, we'll go in there. They already know, they see us, they get out the way, you just boop, shoot it and go. During day shift, you can go there and it'll be like hospitalists, doctors, nurses, family, and a bunch of like other stuff that will slow you down and cause you to just delay back. Which is nothing wrong with that, but it's just like it's just the fact that that's why day shift will have more techs. There's more workers to take care of that. So that's a different dynamic, I would say, that in night shift, because that's a big one. Like when day shift people will like work night shift, and like we had to explain to them the dynamic, and they're like, oh, okay, well that kind of makes sense because we're limited on staff. And then we're like, yeah, so you could imagine when occasionally we do get slammed, we still don't call no one in, because I know in the middle of the night, like it's different if you get called in and during the day, most people are awake, or they're like in the middle of the night, most people are asleep. No one wants to come in the middle of the night. Like, we try not to. The 4 years I've been working, I've never had to call anyone in. Now, occasionally you may get called in, like, for the beginning of the shift. Like, you'll know if you'll get called in. So it's, like, different dynamics. But, yeah, that's something to expect. You can kind of choose your own boat, or regardless of what you can expect. I would recommend anyone to at least give it a shot to do night shift. I know that some people don't like it and it's not for you, and I can't stay up, but I would say it's something to consider at least one time to see if you enjoy it. I was thankful that from the get-go I work nights, and I do get to enjoy the day shift perks and stuff, I would say, because I work so much overtime. So I dabble in both worlds, so I understand the dynamics, versus sometimes there's only certain techs that only work days, only work nights, so they're not aware of how the other side operates. So there's always like situational where like I'll be like, I guess, the middle ground, and I'll explain them how we do it, because they'll be like, oh, how do you do this, how do you do that at night, or how do you do this in day, and then I'll explain them, and they're like, oh, okay, well that makes sense. And there's like, they're more understanding, like with me compared to other people, because like they'll always order, like there's always going to be some exams, they'll be ordered constantly. Like you can go up to the floor, like let's say the 8 to 8 crew, like it'll be 7:50 and there'll be exams ordered. So like night shift knows, like as soon as they come in, we'd rather knock out everything from the floor and just leave ER, because day shift will get mad if there's like a lot of stuff left over. Versus night shift, we would rather you just focus on the ER and we'll just kind of deal with the floor. So it's like the complete opposite. So it's just kind of vice versa. But yeah, that's pretty much what we got. See you on the next one.